right. Well, I hope everyone's doing all right. It's been a minute since we put up a video. We added a new machine to our fleet. We purchased a Kubota SVL75-2 track loader. We bought it to kind of replace our old L5030. It'd been a great tractor, but we mainly use that tractor now for property work and stuff around here, so it doesn't get much 3-point or field type work anymore. We use our other tractors for that. So we wanted something that would maybe handle the hay grapple a little bit better, be more maneuverable. So anyway, we decided, been thinking for several years about it, but we went ahead and pulled the trigger on this SVL. I got about 30 hours on it now, and what a machine. Very impressive. Glad we did it. It's one of those things, probably could have done it a little sooner, but that's okay. We ended up with a high flow cab version, so it does have heat and air. It's a wide track, but it's just a very, very nice piece. Very impressed with it. We were in debates about the John Deere and the Caterpillar, both very nice units. Right now it's hard to get any seat time in anything. Some of my friends do have Caterpillars, so I was able to kind of check those out. They are, like I said, very nice machines, but we've had really good luck with Kubota, and for several reasons that's what we went with. But let me give you a brief overview of this machine, my first type impressions, and let you know what we think. So here it is, and I apologize, the shops, we got bombs everywhere. But anyway, it's a 75-2, so it's a 75 horse, 2-speed machine, wide track version. It's very easy to maintain, really so far. It's easy to grease, stuff like that. Most of your greasing points are right out here, and very easy to access. So I do like that about it. It's got a nice big heavy door. This pin here, if you want, you can pin that out to hold the door out. Like I said, it is a 75 horse unit, so it does have the DPF on it, but it does not have the DEF, so it does not have the fluid in it. This radiator actually slides out, so you can kind of access your fuel filters and your oil filter, and stuff like that. So I'm trying to make it a little easier to maintain. Now it is pretty cramped in there, but that's par for the course on a compact track loader. Now this machine, you can see I got a couple scratches on it so far. I hit a tree with it. Didn't even really feel it. But anyway, this one's rated operating capacity is 2,300 pounds. Now its breakout bucket force is like 6,300 pounds. It is very strong, but it does have its limits. I can't really compare it to the other ones as far as their numbers. I don't know what they are, but I've been very impressed with this one. It does have a quick attach system hydraulically. Here's your actual hydraulic ports: high flow, low flow, case drain, and then your electrical attachments. The fuel fill up is over here. This thing came with a little weird screen right inside of there, and you almost can't fill it up with that in there. I guess it is probably nice if you are getting unfiltered fuel. I took mine out. Mine's filtered twice before it even gets to the machine, so I'm not worried about that. Let's go inside of it here. First of all, one of the main reasons we went with Kubota was because of this door here. I'm usually running the machine kind of working by myself, so it made a big deal. The other ones you can't really operate without having the door closed, and sometimes you can get what they call trapped in the machine. Now it does have, like, you can get out the rear window. It's got a little pull tab, you can knock the seal out, but anyway, I thought that was a really nice feature. The Kubotas do have a bigger cab, but that might just be because it is less refined than the John Deere and the Caterpillar in this case, what I was comparing. I do like the simplicity of it. As far as the whole machine, the John Deeres and the Cats were a little bit more, they had a little bit more thrills and frills. But I wanted something a little more, I guess you could say, rugged, and I knew I'd have to work on it eventually, so I wanted kind of less to have to worry about. But there's always a trade-off to that stuff, so when you make a decision, you know, it's gonna be your decision. Take you in the cab here. So this one has a suspension seat in it. We were thinking about going with the air ride seat, but we ended up with the suspension. The dealer actually said that they were pretty impressed with it as far as how the suspension seat is, and I gotta say I'm pretty impressed too. It's pretty comfortable as is. So a little layout of your gauges and what you have going on. Of course, here's your ignition. The other ones didn't even have a key anymore, but anyway, Kubota still has a key. Got a little, I don't know what, I guess that's to keep dirt out of it, but when you turn it on, it's always in locked, so your hydraulics are locked. So you put your arms down. This unlocks all your hydraulics. This is a parking brake. You can set and take off when you're operating it, like if you're on a hill or something. Your auxiliary flow, so that sends power up to your attachment. And this one actually is a high flow unit, so it goes from standard to high flow, and standard is a little over 17 gallons per minute, and the high flow is a little over 29. Some of the others, be aware that they will not go from standard to high flow, so keep that in mind. Your lights front and rear. Over here on this side, you have the DPF inhibit in case you're in a closed space and you don't want it to regen. And then of course your windshield wipers. This unlocks and locks your quick attach, and your climate control is up under here. Kind of hard to get to that, but you kind of get used to it, and you can kind of adjust that. Now I did get the radio in it. It's not the best radio in the world. As far as the speakers go, I think the speakers are a little weak, but they're not bad. It's not really meant to be a, you know, it's meant to work and be a machine, not a luxury vehicle. But it does have a speaker, so it does Bluetooth, and so I can talk on the phone while I'm in here. Let's see. Some people were saying something about the washer fluid tank spilling. I haven't had that problem, at least not yet. It hasn't had any issues with it. And then of course your cabin air filter. Now this is supposed to be a pressurized cabin, so it helps keep down on the dust and all that stuff. Like I said, I only have about 30 hours on it so far, but so far it's been pretty nice. It's been pretty impressive. We've had a lot of rain. We're doing a different job right now, and with all the rain, it has created just a mud mess. Anyway, we got caught in it, and this thing does great in that type of terrain. I was very impressed. Didn't have an issue with traction. Now it was a bit of an experience cleaning out the tracks with all the mud in it, but overall that was very impressive. It is also impressive as how much material it'll move and how quickly it'll move it. Grading is easy. It's just a very nice machine. Like I said, I've been very impressed with it. The only thing that I might add, get this down here, because the visibility on these units is a lot different than a tractor. You know, I'm used to being able to see pretty much all the way around me. Now this one does have good visibility whenever you look at track loaders, but it's still very much enclosed in comparison. It does have a little rear view mirror. I might end up upgrading and putting a rear view camera on it. I'm gonna do some more research. I don't know where it's mounted. I want to say it's mounted under here. And I don't know if it flips up. I don't know exactly how it works. Like I said, I might do some more digging on that. But like I said, been very impressed with it so far. The hardest part is the visibility. I guess I forgot to go over these. This is your tracks, so this operates your direction, you know, left, right, side to side, whatever, front and back. These are your, honestly, I think those control the electric, some sort of your electric attachments. I actually don't know what they do. I'd have to look in the manual. There is a little trigger on the bottom though. That changes from your high to low speeds. But yeah, I'll have to check those out. I can't remember what those operate. I'm pretty sure it's the electronics. So if you have some sort of electronic attachment, I don't know if like soil pulverizers and stuff like that, but this side over here is your hydraulics. So constant flow. I think this is counterclockwise, clockwise. And so if you're running a brush cutter or something, you'll just hit that button and it stays on. Now I've been digging fence posts, so this little toggles come in handy, but this is what goes, you can go forward to backwards just by moving it back and forth. You can shake it and get the dirt and junk off there. This turns your electronic hydraulics on, or hydraulics, your electronic auxiliary on. I don't know what that does either. I'll have to look that up too. This trigger on the bottom side of this is for your float, for your bucket. Now you do have to be kind of tilted down and hit that bucket button, and it'll put it in your float mode. And then of course this just runs the actual bucket itself, you know, your curl, extend, down, up, all that fun stuff. Like I said, I've been very impressed with it so far. I've moved quite a bit of material already with it, and it's just been really impressive. It's very compact. It is pretty heavy. The tracks help keep the ground pressure down. Now, in comparison to like my old tractor, you know, my 50 horse tractor weighed probably 4,500 pounds or so. I don't know what it was with all the weights and ballasts and stuff like that, but it had R4 tires on it. It was very easy on the ground. This one, the tracks, if you turn it, like zero turn type turn it, it does tear up. So if that's something you're concerned about, I usually am concerned about that. I don't want to be ripping up sod and you know, people's grass or my grass or anything like that. But if you kind of learn to operate it gently, I guess you could say, you know, more of a sweeping motion instead of hard, harsh turns, you don't tear up. But it is, you know, the machine weighs about 93 to 9,500 pounds. So that's just par for the course. But it is much more capable, and it's also much more stable than my old tractor was. But I think that's about it. Can't think of much else. I know people would talk about the AC on this. This is still a new machine. We're in that time of year where you got the heat on in the morning and the air on in the afternoon. But so far it's done really well. I may tint the windows. I don't know yet. Like I said, in the summertime, this is going to be used mainly with a hay grapple, And when I'm stacking hay in the building, sometimes it gets pretty late, so I want good visibility inside that building whenever I'm stacking hay. So this one just has the regular halogen lights on it. I may end up putting the LEDs on it if I tint the windows, but time will tell on that. Really, I think that's about it though. I'm trying to keep this video short for you guys. Tried to shove in everything that I could. Trying to think of anything else, but I might add some more videos. We do have a brush cutter coming. So I'm very anxious to see how that does. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and this little piece of property next to us has a bunch of, I think they're honeysuckle, but they got it's like the thorns have thorns. So I'm gonna take that brush cutter over there and have some fun, but maybe I'll get a video of that. But anyway, appreciate you watching. Thanks again. You guys have a good day.